Alrighty, so welcome back to the Monday night stream. This is your host, Apart39. Today I'll be streaming Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura. So, as I mentioned in my previous stream, I'm going to be doing a side quest run instead. So we're going to diverge from the main story and we're going to be doing side quests instead, because my levels are woefully low. So, yeah. Let me see. Where can we start off with? Let me look this up real quick, because I don't know where we could possibly begin. Let's see. I think I have something for the boils, don't I? But that's all the way in Tarant. Let me see. Steam engine. My background, yeah. Boy. Alright, let's take a look. Mike's RPG. Let's see. In Tarant, end an orc uprising. No, okay. Yeah, let's see. Pick up Jongle's package. See, Wheel Clan clear the mines. Sorry, give me a sec. Trying to... Yeah. Alright, so we got a few things we can do. Go back into the Wheel Clan and deal with that. Let's see. Damn, at times like these I wish maybe could possibly Currently I am level 16. So right now, the fastest way I could possibly do this. Alright, let me see, because I might have to re-roll back into my stuff. XP Sholier. Okay. Alright, let me see here. Okay, so the fastest way to do this, as far as I can tell, is to find Liam. So this is... if this doesn't pan out, then I'm gonna have to whatever, but, yeah. Where's Blackroot again? Alright. Alright, so trying to think off the top of my head. There's a few ways we could probably go about doing this. And I... yeah, there's a few ways that we can go about this right now, but I think the quickest way to get more levels is by literally just spamming the ever-living shit out of Liam's portal. And that's my opinion and guess right now, is what we can do, because the quests I'm doing are not going to be paying out as much. But yeah, the quests I'm going to be doing are not going to be really giving high payouts in terms of XP. And so, the fact that I'm going to have to run this back again is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm thinking maybe I could do this on my off time, but still, I feel like I want to do this on stream a little bit, so I guess maybe do this, commit an entire stream to leveling. Alrighty. Alright, so let's go find Liam right now and try and sort out from there. Let's see. Currently we're level 11. So worst comes to worst and I don't want to do this. Yeah, just reload from there. Dwarf died. Would anyone oppose to me doing this instead? Just set it to easy, because the only difference, as far as anyone can tell me, is that you get higher XP yield.
Hurt, sir. Please help me.
Oh boy. I mean, it's possible. How do I... These guys... All my guys are just not well equipped, and this is not a melee character.
How can I help you?
This is not a melee based characters party set right now. This is like a series of just miserable people.
How can I help you?
need healing.
Let me see. Let's try setting this to turn-based. See how this pans out.
Friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
Jeez. Let me see. Let's see. I think I gotta.
I've been seriously hurt, sir. Please.
Alright, so just right now trying to. So right now I'm trying to shoot off a harm spell. Get these guys. I think I got a vague idea of what I can do.
Of course, sir. 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 I don't think I will be able to I don't think I will be able to comply with your wishes, sir. Of course, sir.
What is it that you want of me?
How do I order these guys to stay? Let me see.
Of course, sir. 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 Of course, sir.
What is it that you want of me? Yes, of course. What would you like me to... Don't like leaving you alone.
Yes, sir. What would you ask of me, sir? I've been waiting here for you to return, sir.
can I help you? What would you like me? I'll wait here, but you'd best.
It's better to have a small retinue, I suppose, at this point in time. Alright, so right now it's better to have a small retinue than a full ensemble. Alright, so, alright. Alright, yeah, this is interesting. Alrighty, so right now I'm currently level 12, not exactly that high, but you know, what can you do? At this point, should I bother? I mean, it wouldn't hurt, would it? Teleportation. 25 fatigue. Disarm. Should I bother with... I was gonna just stay neutral, but I feel like at this point I might need to commit to something. I know my charisma is gonna be stupid high, but still. Let me consult some lore real quick. In terms of Arcanum's whole thing right now, what is it that... What is the lore on magic? Because I know that magic is considered unnatural, whilst technology is using it. So let me see. Tech versus magic. Technology is deeper and more fun than magic. You got materials, craft stuff. What a conundrum, indeed and in thought.
How can I help you? It's about time.
Let me see. So I need to draw aggro from these guys. Hey, look at that. Hell of a hike up, though. Okay. So I think I got a pace down now. So now that we got a pace specifically set for how this will be done. Alright, so... Oh boy, yeah, no, this is the problem though, is that they'll be...
Sure, I'll do it right away. Sure, I'll do it right away. Sure, I'll do it right away.
Yes, sir. What? I'm ready to follow you, sir.
Once more, I gotta draw aggro again.
Friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
Shit. Oh man, this... fuck's sakes. This is genuinely just one of the problems I'm looking at right now. Just the fact that because I'm drawing aggro from these guys, I need to friggin' whatever. These are greater void lizards. Alright, so right now I'm sitting at level 12, easy right now. And apparently Virgil has an infinite wait time. But yeah, Virgil has an infinite wait time right now compared to my other companions. So let's do some... Ah, damn it. Sog is down. This is interesting, though, I would say. I gotta be somewhat cunning with my tactics.
Friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly,
Damn it. This is the problem, is that my companions, they don't, even though they're waiting, they don't trigger aggro.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
So right now I have to carefully, like, approach. If I draw too much... Oh my god, this is like performing goddamn surgery right now. Nope.
I believe I have brought
A friend! I've been wounded terribly!
Damn it,
Quickly!
these guys, they just eat shit constantly.
viable option at this juncture.
Jeez. Oh man. It's work. The thing is this is actually working. That's the screwed up part. Is that when it works, it works. But the problem is now, like I said, it's the fact I got an entire goddamn party with me.
Friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing. I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
Damn it. No matter how I cut it now, fucking someone's gonna be eating a casualty.
A friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly. A friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I
Damn
need
it.
healing.
Damn it, Sogs just ate it. Let me see. Should I be heartbroken about Sogs? I mean, I am, but still. Oh, boy. He is our only de facto tank right now.
I've been wounded
Gar and
terribly.
the others are just not adequate enough.
A friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
A friend, I've been wounded terribly.
Of course, sir.
Damn it, fucking Sogs is just buying the farm constantly. is unsalvageable right now. Ugh, jeez. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, so I think easily I could probably clear level 20 if I do this, although I could probably go higher. The problem is now is just the fact that because I have a large party with just one healer, it's just not viable. Do I have anything that's ranged that could probably proc these guys?
How can I help you?
What is it that you want of?
Yes, sir.
Ugh, shit.
Yes, sir.
What is it that you want of me?
How can I help you?
Okay, so now that we got ourselves a pretty decent enough idea.
Of course, sir.
See, Virgil, Sogs. Yeah, got everyone so far. And now we play the game of attrition. Jeez. Not exactly how I expected the stream to pan out, but by most other metrics, this is probably the most effective. There's really got to be a faster way of doing this, because all I got are companions, and I don't do much damage myself. Let me see. I'm thinking right now. There's a few ways we could go about. I could go to the Forbidden Pits and just grind out from there. At the very least would get us decent headway, I'd say. Alright, yeah. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do, because, like I said, there's like, as I'm seeing right now, we need at the very least some decent levels in to actually stand a chance. So, what I'm seeing right now is that the best way to do this is by doing the Forbidden Pits. But yeah, the best way to do this is the Forbidden Pits for now. I thought we could just explore the world space continuously.
It seriously hurts, sir. Please help me.
Yeah, the encounters aren't really that good in the first place.
Sir, please help me.
Alright, so let's at the very least do the Forbidden Pits to get us up to sub 16 at least. Because I think that might be the best. That might be the best case scenario we're looking at right now. Get up to at the very least 16 and then afterwards return to Liam's place to then wreak havoc from there. Because I'm currently physically inept. Yeah, I'm currently physically inept right now. And along with that, my companions, they're decent, but they're not that good. So now this has just become a stream of just like statistical. I'm just trying to figure out statistics right now. Alright, so yeah, that's it's the approach. It's not ideal or optimal, but this is the approach I'm going with right now. Oy vey. We're literally just camping out in front of this godforsaken pit.
I've been seriously hurt, sir. Help me.
Wow, the mountain lion barely had a chance to freaking do anything. Alrighty. Jeez. This is gonna be a while. So like I said, the goal is right now to get sub 15. Damn it, the rodents are clearly the best way to do it, but we could barely stand up to them. Spiders, though, seem to be pretty efficient. Not bad. There we go. We've reached level 13 now. Alright, excellent. Alright, yeah. Start questioning the decision to be streaming this, to be honest. Me sitting here and doing this. But I'm committed now. I'm trying to think, what can I talk about though? I already talked about some topics I wanted to talk about before. Maybe not as well and fleshed out as I'd liked it to be, but still I talked about it a little bit. I've been getting into comics again a little bit. But yeah, I've been getting into comics again a little bit. It's been interesting, somewhat, trying to keep up. And by interesting, I mean an insufferable pain in my ass, because the amount of, what was it? The amount of decisions going around and being passed around for certain comic book characters is just absurd. I'm trying to think. I know that like the spider superheroes like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales and all that jazz, people have been questioning what the hell's the point in these characters being integrated into the mainline entries. You know, it's like they kind of sort of have like this awkward vacancy there, you know? It's just like really awkward. And then Spider-Man himself, the writers just don't seem to give him a break. It's absurd. I'm still angry about Pole. That fetid man-bun Neil Druckmann looking asshole. But yeah. So far though, the ultimate writings have been pretty good though. From what I hear at least, and seen. It's got its ups and downs and such, so there's that. Oh yeah, there's also the fact that in the current mainline entry for fucking Mary Jane, she's bonded to Venom, which, on one hand, I don't think that's a terrible idea. It is, from what I know and understand of Mary Jane's history with Venom, she does not like the symbiote because it scares her. And this was during the time like when Peter was wearing the black suit. And this is when Peter was wearing the black suit, and then when he got it off, Venom came to be, and Venom decided to attack Mary Jane directly. And by attack, I do mean like actually like pretty much almost home invade and intrude on Mary Jane and Peter's home. And so things like that.
What is it that you want of me?
Yeah, so things like that is like... But yeah, things like that is one of the reasons why, in theory and somewhat in practice, it's a bad idea to pair Mary Jane with Venom. However, on the other hand... Jeez, Virgil got just wrecked by that fucking rat thing. But yeah, I could see that in theory and in practice it would be a bit of a terrible idea to do. However, I would also like to sort of play a little bit of devil's advocate a little bit and say that maybe this would be an interesting character growth for a variety of reasons. One being, more prominently, Mary Jane now has to face her greatest fear, and that is Venom. Venom, like I said, Venom invaded Peter's home, and she was home there. And so, you know, I'm just saying, you know, it'd be pretty interesting to see, like, how something that scared her is now something that is allied with her. And along with that, the current run of Mary Jane, which is fucking awful, I might add. The current run with Mary Jane has her... Yeah, the current run with Mary Jane has her being bonded with the symbiote. And so, I would imagine, because of the amount of knowledge Venom has on Peter himself... Yeah, the amount of knowledge that Venom, the symbiote Venom, has on Peter is almost obscene, and it's the equivalent of a really, like a significant other or family member or something like that, right? That's the best way I could describe it, because quite literally the two of them were together for the longest time. And even more so, apparently Venom reveres Peter for that reason, just because Peter wasn't a total shitbag. Yeah, the Venom symbiote reveres Peter because Peter gave, sorry, let me get my words together, because right now I'm trying to deal with this ungodly thing. This ungodly crusade. Anyway. When Venom met Spider-Man, at that point it was considered more or less a weapon. And when Peter adopted, for lack of a better word, Venom grew to revere and, for lack of a better word, love Peter. And get to know Peter in ways that no one else could. And, well, in one of the previous Venom comic runs, Venom, it reflects upon its relationship with Peter and how Peter made it feel good, made it feel like it had purpose beyond being a thing that can empower people for war. It, be able to do good. But when the time came for the two to, I guess, achieve perfect symbiosis, And that's when Peter got cold feet. And that was because at that time, Peter didn't know Venom was alive. And also, Venom was doing like nightly joyrides with his body. So... So it's these things like that that would make Mary Jane and Venom more interesting. The fact that I would imagine, you know, Venom's, you know, memories and feelings to Peter would pretty much link up and overlap with Mary Jane's a little bit. Because the current, and this makes me sick metaphorically saying this makes me sick to say that Mary Jane apparently hates Peter for some reason. It's stupid and it's fucking absurd that I don't know what I could possibly say for it. That's how insane it is, the current common run. And it's not like fun insane. It's like, oh wow, that's pretty wacky and wild. No, it's just type of thing. But yeah, you would think that with this, you know, sort of cocktail, you'd think with this sort of cocktail and cohesion, that in theory and perhaps even in practice, that Mary Jane and Venom would sort of overlap and reflect upon Peter, their feelings of Peter. One being the fact that they both, to some extent, have disdain for him for everything that's happened. However, because Venom has more intimate knowledge of Peter, maybe Mary Jane would be able to reflect further as to what Peter has been going through, instead of, you know, having this lopsided resentment for some ungodly reason and having an affair with a guy that's from another dimension with children that fucking disappeared. Because yes, the children are gone. Oh no. Now Paul needs to be gone. Can we just pretend he never existed? Anyway, yeah. So, you would think a story like that would come up. But no. It has not come up. For some reason. And it is not... yeah, that storyline and story beat hasn't come up. And it hasn't friggin', you know, been written as of yet that I don't know of right now. Like I said, this would be a perfect opportunity to like have, you know, actual reflection of Mary Jane as to why things are the way they are now. Despite everything that she feels towards Peter, like the disdain, the supposed hatred and such. Everything that Peter has gone through, everything Peter has done as Spider-Man, in the comics and everything that he's seen and bore witness to, he, for lack of a better word, is the pinnacle of iron will, if I'm being honest. He is just chugging along, and despite everything being against him, and the odds are stacked against him, you know? But yeah, despite that everything is being stacked against him and everything that he's gone through, he's still standing and holding on to hope for a better tomorrow and all that jazz. You would think something like that would come up, but no. How the fuck do you do this type of story but not have the one thing that the two have in common? They know Peter, and one of them knows Spider-Man and Peter more intimately than anyone else. Because they have their fucking memories. Are you shitting me? It's a stupid and trivial thing to get heated over, I admit. But it's one of those things where it's just like, who's writing these things? Did someone hire the Rent-A-Girlfriend author to write a story for Spider-Man? It's like, what the fuck? Seriously. How the fuck does this happen? But yeah, like legitimately, it just makes me scratch my head and just wonder how the fuck did anyone sign off on this? And how the fuck is anyone really thinking this is going to turn a profit? After one more day, someone should have written a retcon and said, yeah, you know, this is an awful idea. This is not good. It was fun for the first few years, but now it's gotten fucking stale. If for some reason I ever get to become a comic writer, in which obviously I'm not in the industry or anything, but if someone like me holds the same sentiment as the current Spider-Man runs, and how they're panning out, and how they are trauma dumping everything onto Spider-Man, and they're throwing like every single fucking awful thing he could possibly go through in his life just happen. And, you know, I hope someone, anybody, could just fix it. Maybe it's impossible to fix at this point. Maybe it's too late. That's always a feasibility and possibility, I will not deny. But still, I want to see Spider, my guy, have a chance, have a sliver of hope that he could actually see the goddamn dawn the next day over. You know? That's my genuine hope, that someone just comes along, looks at the current comic run and says, what the fuck is this? How the fuck did we get to this point? And why the hell did anyone think this is gonna sell? It's not. It's the opposite. In fact, people are turning away from it. It's terrible. You know? I genuinely hope that someone at some point retcons one more day, retcons Paul, retcon all the awful shit that fucking Spider-Man's gone through and everything that he has to bear, just because I care for Spider-Man in the sense of, like, you know, I want him to actually grow. I don't care if people say, you know, oh no, you know, the fact that Peter hasn't moved on from Mary Jane and hasn't settled down with Black Cat is kind of stupid. I concede to that notion that in theory, you know, Black Cat is a suitable fit for Peter and with it technically Spider-Man. However, there's a bit of a problem though, and it's the fact that Black Cat is not exactly, at least in the comics, she is not optimal. If Peter were to ever become just Spider-Man, what does he have left of himself? I mean, one could argue that, you know, have him be like Batman, where Bruce Wayne is technically Batman. But I feel like that doesn't work for Peter. He's not rich that he could... He's not so rich that he could just, you know, ignore his personal life. And he still has, like, a bunch of responsibility, and that's the whole crux of the, you know, Spider-Man story and mythos. But I feel like it should be more like Superman a little bit, you know?
I'm seriously hurt, sir. Please help me.
But yeah, I feel like it should be more like Superman, where, you know, you balance between, you know, the superhero and the man behind the mask / cape, you know? That type of story. That's something that Spider-Man should be excelling at, but because people want to focus more on Spider-Man, both, I guess, comic nerds as well as, you know, both comic nerds and writers, they can't want, the writers just don't want Peter to settle, and the fans do, is what I'm gonna say. Because I know some people are gonna say, like, you know, Black Cat again, but still, I feel like when it comes to Mary Jane, it's not the fact that she's not a superhero is the problem. It's the fact that the writers are trying to overextend her characterization more than they should. It's like, it's like, again, I'm gonna draw it back now to Superman and Lois Lane, where Lois has her moments. Nope. But yeah, Lois has her moments in Superman comics, but she's not she's not the defining moment or feature of it, you know? Alright, but yeah. Despite the fact that, you know, Lois Lane is a defining character of Superman, she's not the, you know, the defining moment, you know? She has her times, she has her moments and such. Alright. But yeah, she has her moments, but she's not like something that would always be defined constantly. If anything, I would say that, from my understanding, she's a pillar, Lois Lane, for Superman. She's the pillar of humanity that he has. Not the pillar of humanity, as despite the fact that Injustice has Lois Lane die, there's also another comic where Lois Lane also dies, but Superman carries on. Grieving and mourning, of course, but still carrying on, holding on to the light of hope, so to speak. And so, I feel like for Mary Jane, that's what she should be again. That's what she should be, and should have been for the longest time. A pillar. Not like another, you know, not a sidekick, not like a rock or anything, but a pillar that actually stands alongside Spider-Man in her own way. She's not the only one, but she's one of many pillars. Alright, but yeah, that's really the best way I could describe it. Maybe I'm not articulating myself as well because I am trying to speak more hush-hush right now because it is late for me right now. People are sleeping and, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. But yeah, that's really how I see it, is that her role is far overextended what it should be. And as a result, she's now stuck in a paradox of sorts that the only way you could fix is by writing it out. You have to retcon. There's no other way you can possibly fix it with a narrative thing. Or, you know, with just like normal narrative nuance. You have to retroactively contradict it and remove it like a tumor. You know? That's what I'm gonna say. That's my piece for how you could fix this current Spider-Man run. And I don't think they're gonna fucking fix it though. They're not gonna fix it though, so this is my suggestion. For the current 616 run of Spider-Man, just don't buy it. No matter how much rage bait it gives you, and no matter how much, you know, garbage that it, you know, garbage writing and, you know, moments and points that it's trying to do, don't fucking give into it. If there's one thing that should be defined and made clear, but yeah, there's one thing to be made defined and clear about Spider-Man, is that his ultimate run, the new ultimate run, not the one with, you know, the older Spider-Man, but, you know, his current new ultimate run where he actually has a family is probably the best defined version of himself. You know, it's an older Peter Parker, he's married to Mary Jane, he has a family, 2 kids, and, you know, he's Spider-Man. I don't know about you, but that seems nice. It's like having Superman with Superboy and Lois Lane as a family. Or Batman with Dick Grayson and the rest of the Bat family, you know? I mean, it sounds almost cliche to have like a family of everything, but I feel like for Spider-Man, he definitely deserves and earns it, I'd say. Ugh, jeez. If there is one thing I will say I don't want seen in the supposed spider family, is the very least not have it be like the way that Batman has it, where it's like an adoptive found family. Because realistically, with Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, they have their own families, and so I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, don't, if you're gonna go for like Spider family route, just don't do like found family, because it doesn't make sense. Every one of these people technically have their family to one extent or another, and so it should just be like a bunch of people getting together and, you know, rallying under a cause that they all know and are well aware of. The Spider Group or something like that, I don't know. Alright. Alright, we're currently reaching level 15 soon. We're at the halfway mark. I apologize for anyone watching this right now and expecting me to play Arcanum more extensively. I was hoping it too, but given the fact that I'm currently at a shit level, I need to do this, and I think I might have to extend this to my off time now because of how extensive it is. It's either that or I cheat, in which I don't want to do that. That's not fun. I did that for Baldur's Gate relatively, and it wasn't something I enjoyed that much. I'm trying to think, how can I approach this now? Let me see. Oh boy. I think I need to get these guys some better weapons. Well, I know I need to get these guys better weapons. Ugh, boy. almost there to level 15. Man, this is what I get for not having a... This is what I get for not having a series of melee characters. I fortunately believe that by the time I get to Vampire the Masquerade, I don't think I have to do anything like this. I'm probably not gonna have to do anything like this if I ever play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Cause God, this is... If I had to do this, this would be insufferable.
I've been seriously hurt, sir.
Oh my God. Let me see, I think... Let me double check. Mental stats. Degrees learned, dialogue, influence. Okay. I don't think there's any stats I can level up to get more XP, is there? I would have taken it at that point. Oh, we're almost there. Can you taste it? Level 15.
Yes, sir.
What?
Ugh, jeez.
course he would.
Damn it, I leveled up, but it came at the cost of my meat shield. We're almost there, we're almost there. Yay, we did it. We're now level 15. Alrighty. Alright, nice. To hit 25. I have shit all for my melee. Best I could do is maybe dodge investment or something. Let me think. So now that I'm level 15. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put things on wrap for now. I'm gonna have to think things over on my end. So, I'm gonna say it right now. This is probably going to be me having to do some off-stream stuff. I admit I don't like the idea of doing it. However, doing it on stream is just gonna take way too fucking long. And so I'm trying to genuinely think of a reasonable pace to do this at. And so, I'm thinking either I do some stuff off stream or I do it tomorrow. I don't like the idea of doing it tomorrow, but at the very least it would show progress that I'm doing it. Something to think over. I'll see you tomorrow. What time? I don't know. I'll figure it out on my end. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. I apologize for the way the stream is currently, and the way that I'm streaming right now is a bit out of practice, I shall concede. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you in the next one, that being tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.